You like cruising? Or how about playing roulette to win free cruises? Hey, let's roll out a strategy somebody wanted me to try out. So if any of you follow the channel, you'll have seen my 401 strategy. That's kind of the go-to strategy I use on the cruise, normally to get points. But somebody sent in, a gentleman named David sent in and said, hey, take your 401 strategy and just increase it to 6 and 2. And that should pay $6 everywhere it lands that it wins, okay? All right, so I'm going to set out the, let's start out with, we're going to buy in for $200. Remember, cash on the table, CPass, they'll scan it, they'll give it back to you. All right, so we're going to buy in for $200. We're going to be using $2 chips. Okay, so there is $200 in $2 chips. And I'm going to keep a note of all the spins. I'm going to try to go 40 spins, but I'm not going to keep you here for 40 spins. I'm going to kind of get it started. I'll go 5 or 6 spins into it, and then I'll fast forward to the end, and then we'll see how it did, okay? So the normal setup for the 401 is you put 1, 2, 3, 4 chips there. 1, 2, 3, 4 chips there. 1, 2, 3, 4 chips there. Okay, and then we're going to put 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so when it's set up like this, when it spins, when it lands, if it lands on 16, that's actually a 6-chip win. Okay, so if you raked everything off and put everything back, you would have 6 chips profit, okay? All right, so, and if it lands on a split, it's a push. You don't win, you don't lose. So, but what he suggested was, instead of doing the 401, you take and you put 2 chips, 2 chips, 2 chips. So now you make these 6 and 6 and 6. And then you take your splits and make them 2 each. Okay, so at that point, you have 30 chips out on the board. Okay, so with these $2 chips here, that's a $60 average. And so anyway, so let's run it out and let's see. So we're gonna change the name. We ain't gonna call it 401 Advanced or whatever we want to call it. Let's just call it the 6-2. And David, thanks for sending me the suggestion here. We're gonna run it out. Let's just see what happens. I'm gonna go 40 spins, and I'm gonna keep a log as to what it was. So we're just gonna do 60 every spin. We're not going to change anything. I'm not going to increase. I'm not going to decrease. I'm just going to ride it out with $60 average, 30 chips. So this is the 6-2 strategy that David sent in and told me to give it a try. All right, so here we go. Go ahead and get $6 stacks, or 6 chip stacks stacked up over here. All right, so first number is 13 black. All right, so 13 black. All right, so let's rake it, just pay it out just to see it so everybody can see real quick. Okay, oh, sorry, put that one back right there. All right, so we've raked everything off. That's 2 chips, okay? So that's going to pay 34 chips. Okay. Just so everybody is on the same page. Okay, so there's 34. That's the win for that. So now we're going to go back 6 and 6 and 6, and then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. All right. So there it is. So there's the 6-chip win. Okay. So we're going to take that back to our rack. Okay. All right. So that's first win. Here we go. So it should generate a 6-chip win. Double streets. and all the splits. Okay, 3, red 3. All right, again, let's just show you, make sure. 2, 3, 4, there's 5, okay, because that pays 5 to 1. There's 6 chips there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we're going to reset. 6, 2, 2, 2, and then there is the 6 chip win right there. Okay, we'll take that back to our rack. All right, here we go. Spin number 3. All right, 4. And lands on 4. Again, 6 chip win. Here it is. Take that back to our rack. Okay, 20. Okay, that's a win. That's a 6 chip win. Take that back to our rack. Okay, 18. 18, that's a 6 chip win. Okay. All right. So with those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins, our rack is full again. Now we're playing with casino money. All right. And I'm not going to increase it right now. I think some adjustments I might make could be, increase those splits. Okay, 27. So red, 27. And that's a win. That's a 6 chip win. So we're going to stack it right here in front. Okay. All right, 00. Okay, so that's one of the bus numbers. Okay, so we're going to lose all this. We're just going to bring it all over here to the side. Okay. All right, so that was our first bus. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. And then we just had our first loss. Okay, so we're going to reset back to the 6, 2. Well, that was a 00, sorry. Okay, so now we've reset. All right, so I'm going to run it all out. I'm going to fast forward it to the end. We'll just see what happens. I'll come back either whenever we run out of money or we get to 40 spins. Keep watching. you have it. So, all right, so I just went through 40 spins with what David suggested with the 6-2 strategy, and I didn't change anything. I went 30 chips, so 6, 6, and 6, and then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, that was the strategy that he wanted me to try out, and so 40 spins. Let's see, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so six complete losses during that session. I've run this strategy a couple times already, a few times, and not changing my splits or anything like that, not increasing anything. So one time I had it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so it looks like probably about the average is probably about 5 or 6, 5 to 7 misses is kind of what happens with that strategy there. But it's pretty good. I mean, that $6 or a 6-chip profit every time works out pretty good. As long as you can keep your wins ahead of your losses, I think you're all right. But with a loss, it takes 5 wins to recoup those 30 chips you just lost. Okay, but for the most part, we started with $200. We finished out 40 spins at a $60 average. That should generate, and if you looked at my previous video about my cruise debrief, what the math that I figured out on the cruise is about every 10 spins you get your average in points. So with this one, 40 spins, you should get about 240 points for 40 spins with this strategy. Okay, so that's according to what I've figured out with some sessions that I just kept note of on the last cruise I was on. All right, so we started with $200. We are cashing out at $240, so that's a $40 profit. And I'm gonna call this one the 6-2, and it works pretty good. I'm gonna definitely roll this out some more. It's something I'm definitely gonna try on my next cruise, and because it's a good rate. If I had to say in comparison to the 4-1, it's pretty good. Okay, there are some things I would try. Once you get up in profit a little bit, I have tried it to where if you get that 6-chip win, so let's say you get into profit and you have the 6-chip win, my suggestion is to put it on the splits. Okay, so take those 6 chips and place them 1 chip each on the splits. Okay, so you leave your double streets at 6, and you increase your splits to 3. Okay, and that's a little bigger win. I did try it, putting 2 extra chips on the double streets, and the win wasn't as good. It was a little better, of course, than the normal, but you could give that a try. Take that win. If you can get into profit, might as well make use of it and see if you can make something happen. Okay, but I wouldn't really push it. I would stick with the $60 and just let it ride and just see how it goes. Because if you can average only at a 40 spins, 5, 6, 7 losses out of those 40, that's pretty good. All right. Well, David, I appreciate the suggestion, and I truly appreciate you guys throwing comments in there. So if you would, be sure to like the video, okay? And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And again, Happy New Year to you guys. And like and subscribe. 35-1 Roulette Cruisin'. See ya.